Dear humanity, as a voice of Azerbaijan, I, Imamalizade Farida, want all of you to acknowledge and face the impossibility of truth ever-changing. Armenia has forcibly displaced nearly 1 million Azerbaijanis out of Karabakh and kept 20% of Azerbaijan under an internationally condemned military occupation since 1994. It didn't only end with occupation of our Azerbaijani lands, of course, but also brutal extermination of the civilian population was carried out. The Khojaly massacre is seen as one of the most bloodiest, most cruelsome incidents committed by Armenian forces against Azerbaijani civilians in 1992 for control of the now-occupied Upper Karabakh region. This inhumane massacre still remains a bleeding wound in the hearts of our people, in the hearts of Azerbaijani people, that will never, ever fade away. The withdrawal of the Armenian military forces from the region of Nagorno-Karabakh is overdue and necessary to guarantee the safe return of the displaced population back to their homes, back to their homeland. The institution of UN have clarified this over and over again in the past and unambiguously demand until today the reinstatement of the territorial integrity of Azerbaijan, thus adopting 4 resolutions which Armenia is flagrantly violating, as demonstrated by the continuation of Armenian invasive and terroristic policy. On October 9th, the foreign ministers of Russia, Azerbaijan, and Armenia held a trilateral meeting in Moscow. As a result of hours of negotiations, it was decided to sign a humanitarian ceasefire between Azerbaijan and Armenia. According to the agreement, the ceasefire was to come into force on October 10th. However, the current terroristic attacks initiated by Armenian side is a clear nod and confirmation to them violating the requirements of this humanitarian ceasefire. By victimizing themselves, by hiding behind humanitarian truce, Armenian government and Armenian forces proceeded to demolish our cities such as Ganja, Tartar, Mingechevir, Aghdam and many other cities, slaughtering innocent people, killing innocent people, shelling Azerbaijani cities while people were sleeping.
Paşinyan yol çəkir, Zəngilandan. Mənim ürəyimin üstündən yol çəkir Qarabağa. Mən də hər eşidəndə ürəyim partlayır. Hər onu eşidəndə ürəyim partlayır. Belə şey olar. Qonaqda 1 il olar, 2 il olar. Qaşqında 5 il olar, 10 il olar. 25 il, 26 il qaşqın olar. Ayda bir dənə kəndası yerlərində qutarmışdı biz bu müsibətdən, bu dərddən qalacaq. Burada mən ölmək istəmirəm, can vermək istəmirəm. Mən Əzrailə hər gün deyirəm ki, ey Əzrail, mənim canımı alma. Qoy bu torpaq alınsın, gedim orada mənim canımı rahat al.
For more than 28 years, Azerbaijan has been waiting for the resolution of this conflict by peaceful means. During all this time, Azerbaijan could obviously deal with the invaders and liberate its occupied lands. But due to the peaceful position of our people and the fair policy of our President Ilham Aliyev, who always tried to solve this conflict without spilling any blood, Azerbaijani people considered it to be too cruel and unnecessary to start bloodshed. But sadly and as usual, the enemy became more and more impudent.
BMT Təhlükəsizlik Şurasının 4 qətnaməsində deyilir ki, erməni silahlı qüvvələri dərhal tam və qeyd-şərtsiz işğal edilmiş torpaqlardan çıxarılmalıdır. 30 ilə yaxındır ki, bu qətnamələr kağız üzərində qalır. 30 ilə yaxındır ki, Minsk qrupu çərçivəsində danışıqlar aparılır və bunun sonunda Ermənistan müntəzəm olaraq hərbi təhribatlar törətməklə danışıqlar prosesini iflic vəziyyətə salıbdır.
So let's draw a conclusion with this question. What do you think? Who is in this case as a victim of terrorism? And who is the aggressor? What do you think? Why does the world turn a blind eye to this cruelty? Why do you ignore when they slaughter our people? Just please always remember that any genocide aimed toward my country is a genocide aimed towards humanity. By justifying Armenia's actions, you are flat out looking like defenders and allies to terrorism. We don't need any foreign lands. We're only returning and liberating our lands. We're only returning what is rightfully ours. And this is the ultimate truth. Karabakh is undeniably.
Biz heç kimin torpağına göz dikməmişik. Heç kimin torpağında, Ermənistan ərazisində Azərbaycan silahlı birləşmələrinin heç bir məqsədi, hədəfi yoxdur. Ancaq öz torpağımızda biz özümüzü müdafiə edəcəyik və işğal edilmiş torpaqlarımızı işğalçılardan azad edəcəyik.
Is Azerbaijan. I call on the Minsk group to take all the requisite measures for the immediate cessation of this conflict based on the above facts. Please don't ignore this. Please don't turn a blind eye to this act of terrorism committed by Armenian side. Thank you. Karabakh is Azerbaijan.